So one of the very nice things about teaching at Pacific is the things that I do at home and the things that I write about, I can actually work into class. So I am currently writing an atlas of fermentation, almost done with it in fact. So a lot of these things that I'm writing about, I kind of want to try. So what I've got here is called a nukadoko. It's a bed of rice bran into which I've put vegetable scraps, some chickpeas, some bulgur wheat, some stale bread. And the whole thing ferments, much like the way you do sauerkraut, except instead of having a water to create an anaerobic atmosphere, I've got this, what looks like mud kind of thing. And what you do is you cut up vegetables, you put them in there, and within about a day, they retain their crispiness, and yet they become salty and fermented, and they have this kind of funky flavor. You have to wash them off a bit, but that's basically what they look like when they come out. Is a very traditional nukazuke. For my students who are interested in fermentation, I always suggest the easiest thing to do is to start with sauerkraut because it's almost infallible and comes out so much nicer than the stuff you buy in a can or even in the supermarket because it's just cabbage and salt, and that's basically it. Fermentation is really just a subspecies of what happens everywhere in nature when microbes, mostly bacteria and yeast and molds, break down complex molecules into simpler ones. They may break down starches into sugars, they may turn sugars into alcohol. It happens in nature everywhere, the way sort of matter and energy is recycled. The only difference is when humans do it, we control it. And some of the best foods on earth are actually fermented. So think of cheese, think of bread, think of beer and wine, think of fermented salami. Just the most tasteful things in the world have been fermented. And I think we evolved to like those flavors. And of course, they're good for us. That's probably gonna be enough. I don't wanna put in too much. And I'll come back to these tomorrow, and they should be fermented. That's really all there is to it. As long as I cover this up, keep the cats away, it should be good. There should be no fear of pickling things at home. As long as you keep, basic sanitation, the bacteria is already on the food. You really don't have to add anything. And this goes for keep making sourdough bread. It goes for making wine, which I do. I've got some grapes in the backyard also. So I think just jump in and have fun.